Greetings, everyone. We're going to talk about skepticism this morning. And I'm here to say that having a little skepticism in this time, in this world, isn't altogether bad. If you're a skeptic because you've been hurt or you are jaded, in some way it's understandable. But when you decide to just overall determine everything with that skeptical eye, even when evidence prove otherwise, then I'm saying that does not make any sense. For example, as a child growing up and even to my adulthood, being born in a country that is a Christian country, a Christian nation, we're told everything about the Creator based on what we read in the scriptures. And for the longest time, we understand that there's this Christ who was born in December 25th to be exact. And year after year, Christmas Day, 25th of December, that birth is celebrated. Now, when we know in the real sense that when you're born, your birthday doesn't change, except when they try to convince us that in the leap year, when the February month doesn't have a 28 day, it has 29. I'm assuming that the people were born the year when February was 28, that when the leap year comes, they just don't. If you're born on the 29th, that is, when that leap year is not around for 4 years, I guess you don't have a birthday. So in the same way, people celebrate this birth of Christ on December 25th. We also celebrate the death of this said Christ. However, in my understanding, when the doctor declares someone dead, they give the time and they give the date. And a year anniversary or 2, 3, 4 years down the road, that does not change. However, the death of this Christ changes. So sometimes it's April and sometimes it's March. And I'm thinking if the date of December of his birth is steadfast, why isn't it the day of the death? Why? They're uncertain. Now, I don't want to get into all that today. I'm just saying, if someone then becomes skeptical of this storyline, I would understand, because I am very skeptical of it. In the same way, we have to understand that there are individuals in the world that will label you, that will, put some kind of stamp on you that you will not be able to get off, because when that stamp is put on you, it sticks and it looks real. There are many people who spent many years in prison accused of crime, and they couldn't even defend themselves. It was such a situation that whatever happened to them or wherever they were at the particular time they were accused of committing that crime, they were not able to prove to anybody that they're innocent, because it so happened that they were alone that time. There was no one to collaborate or to back up their story. Innocent people spend many years behind bars. Innocent people get annihilated for things that they did not do. So this is why I am not trying to defend someone who is a convicted murderer, as people would say. But I'm saying, if there's room, if there's doubt, then, and if you were not there, you have to be very careful, because you don't want to put judgment on someone and then you find yourself in that same situation and you're seeking mercy. For me, the case, and again, folks, if you are surprised that I'm speaking about the Vybz Kartel thing, is because I'm getting a lot of questions. A lot of people are reaching out to me. So I'm just addressing these individuals, not for views like these persons who know nothing about me. Understand, because I'm going to say here that if I was doing this channel for views, I would have understood by now that if you speak about current events, you can be right up there with the best of them. So take a look at all the current events that I've spoken about in the past. And, with my view, and I am a small channel, and my views are way up there with everybody because it's current. And I know how to analyze things. I know how to assess things, and I know how to speak sometimes without becoming emotionally involved. and I also try to split justice. So I could speak on these current events and become very relevant. So it's not for views, folks. So those of you who don't know me, and I'm not going to condemn you because people do all kinds of things for view. But I'm speaking of the Vybz Kartel case, and to say that where my skepticism lie in this thing is that there was a text message where individuals within our queues, these 4 queues, were said to have sent texts to each other saying that we chop up the man fine, fine. Now, I'm kind of sure that this Vybz Kartel character person is intelligent. I would say he's intelligent. I'm not saying that he's always made the best choices in his life and that he's perfect and he hasn't done anything wrong. I don't know the guy that way. What I do know, and I have a difficult time believing, is that 4 persons could be involved in a crime. 4 individuals, and then after they have committed this crime, they send texts to each other to say, look how we chop up the man fine, fine. That makes absolutely no sense. No one in their right mind would do that after you have done this thing. Why would I be reminding my co-accused that we did this thing when we meet up all the time, when we talk all the time? Why would someone chop up somebody fine, fine with 3 other person and then text them to remind them that they did it? That makes absolutely no sense. In the same way, it doesn't make any sense that the Christ is dead or was killed on March, and sometimes he was killed in April. So I'm not going to make this very long. I'm going to say that don't believe everything you hear. Use your own mind and ask for direction. Ask that the universe reveals the truth to you. That's why sometimes when people tell lies on others, the universe have a way of revealing the truth. So even if these guys were guilty of other crimes and are behind bars because of poetic justice, as they would say, that particular incident where they were accused of doing this thing to this person becomes one of those things that I look at with unknowing eyes, with more questions than answers. And in the same way, we are asked to serve a risen Savior, as we are often told the Christ is. And a lot of the stories surrounding it is fable. People take literally. What people need to do is to find out exactly what nature has to reveal, the truth hidden within nature. Because until we know that as a people, we'll forever be in bondage. We will forever be in bondage. I have to repeat these things all the time. There is so much truth to understanding nature. There's so much beauty in understanding nature. There's so much freedom in knowing what nature has to tell and reveal. And it is done every day, but because we're not taught, because we were lied to for so long, we are deceived. And those who are aware of it want to keep it to themselves because they know the blessing that is within that. They know the blessings that can be revealed or can unfold from knowing the truth. Do not allow yourself to be easily deceived, and do not allow yourself to let anybody tell you any story that you don't question, including myself. Seek for yourself. Seek and find. Seek and find. Seek and find the truth for yourself. Stay blessed, everyone.